Hello guys, welcome back to Watch Addiction Watch Reviews. Today we're taking a look at a brand that is launching on Kickstarter from Singapore in October of this year, 2019. Now TIMUS has a different view on watches and what they should be like and how you should kind of use them over the years. Now these watches will start at about $275 for their early bird pricing, which is limited to 100 pieces, and then $290 for the rest. That's a 35% discount from the $420 price point, which will be available once they're actually on the shelves. Now let's get started to what I'm actually wearing today, a quick wristwatch check. So today I am wearing the Apple Series 3 watch I received for the holidays a couple of years ago, and with a little Mickey Mouse there. And I think it's pretty cool. It's fun to wear sometimes. I do enjoy using it. Anyway, back to the watches. So here's the packaging. It actually comes in these boxes here, and inside, as you can see, we get the watches. I have two different models. This is the blue dialed transverse model, which is a semi-skeletonized front dial with a nice blue Roman dial here, while the other model over here is their classic model. As you can see here, let me just get this out of the box. This is their classic model, as you can see, in a rose gold stainless steel case with the same skeletonization. Basically all the same components, just a different style there. And let me get these out of the packaging and we'll get into it. So here in front of you are the two models that they'll be offering on their Kickstarter campaign. One is the classic model, which is on the left. The transverse model is on the right. The one on the left, this one right here, the rose gold version, is more of a dressy watch, you know, with the applied Romans going around the off-white dial. While this blue dialed variant right here is more, I would say, more of a sporty kind of everyday casual / dressy watch. But I really like that nice blue dial, and it really does pop, especially when the light hits it. So there's a little bit of flavor for everyone there. The watches are almost identically the same in dimensions, but there's a few differences, such as the crown, the small onion crown on this rose gold case, and then we have a standard circular crown on this transverse case. And these straps as well, of course, as you can see, are way different, as well as the dials. But you have the same 24-hour subdials on both of them. You have the same open heart over here, and you have the same running seconds dial over here, although they do look a little different. And now let's get into some dimensions. Before getting into that, I just wanted to explain what is cool about this brand. So TIMUS will be releasing new dials and such throughout the year, and basically you can change the appearance of your watch. I believe they'll be releasing new dials and cases, and you can basically change. They'll basically take the movement out and swap it for 25% of the cost of the watch, and you can get a whole new watch whenever they release a new model. I think that's pretty cool. That's what they're doing that is actually different from other brands, and that's a big part of their campaign. Now into some dimensions. So on the classic rose gold version here, obviously it's all solid 316L stainless steel, highly polished all around. The finishing isn't too bad there. We have a sapphire crystal on the back. We have a sapphire crystal on the front. So in terms of the actual diameters, we have a diameter of 43 millimeters on the Timeverse. This is the blue model. And then on the Rose Gold Classic, we have a 43 millimeter diameter. So it's only 1 millimeter. It's not something you really notice. But as you can see, the shapes of the cases are a bit different there. If you look at the lugs and you look at the lugs on this one, they are a bit different there. And in terms of lug width, we're looking at 20 millimeters on both models. This model as well is solid 316L stainless steel, completely polished all around with a signed pull and push crown. Both of these models have 50 meters of water resistance sapphire crystals on the front and on the back as well. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Now in terms of lug to lug width, we're looking at 51 millimeters on the Timeverse, while the Classic has a 51 millimeter lug to lug width. They both have thicknesses of 11 millimeters, both of the watches, so there's no need to worry about that. And they both pretty much fit the same on my 6.5 inch wrist. There's really no issue there. They pretty much wear the same, although these straps are different, the case colors are different, and the dials as well. So if we take a closer look on the classic model, which is probably my favorite of the two, we get those classic Roman numerals which are applied in a rose gold tone. The TIMUS is printed below the 12 o'clock position. And yeah, it's a very simple watch. You can see the 24-hour subdial here with loomed subdial hands on both the running seconds over here. And I'll get this watch started right now. So it's using an automatic Miata movement. We'll get more into the movement in a second. Let me just get it started. You can see the balance wheel right here going off there. and very easy to use. One position, you flip through the time, you set the time, and that's it. Both models are using the same exact caliber. Now this movement is the automatic Miata 82S7. It's a pretty popular movement. We have a hollowed out rotor, some striping on the actual main plate of the movement. It's obviously automatic. You can self-wind it via the crown. There's no hacking on this movement, although we do get hand winding, which is nice. It basically, operates the same way as an 8215. Most of you guys are probably familiar with that. It just adds the extra 24-hour sub-dial here. So that's pretty much the only difference. But the winding is smooth, easy to use. This nice onion-styled crown here has some good grip. There's no issues there. Now getting to the straps themselves, this is a brown embossed genuine leather, and they do include quick release bars here, which is nice, with a nice TIMUS logo here. This one is a bit more rigid, I'd say, while the blue strap on the other Timeverse is a bit more soft and supple. They both come with signed buckles, this one being in rose gold. But nonetheless, it's a very wearable and usable strap. Now taking a look at the TIMUS Timeverse, we can see the same exact movement right here through the screw down case back. I'll get you a closer look there. I like how they hollowed out the rotor. You really see everything going on inside there. I think it's pretty cool. You have the same quick release bars. This is a soft blue genuine leather strap to match this blue dial here, as you can see here. 20 millimeters, signed stainless steel polished buckle, just as the other watch. Get you a quick look around of the case here. You can see the finishing is pretty good at all angles. Very smooth. There are no sharp edges whatsoever. And the anti-reflective coating on the crystals does work pretty good. So no need to worry about glare or anything like that. Get you a little view of the crown. I can start this one up too. I think it's going already. Pop this out. Very easy to use the crowns. There is some lume on the hands only on the Timeverse model. Very easy to use. Now let me throw these on my wrist, show you what they look like on my 6.5-inch wrist, and we'll wrap it up here. Now here is the Timeverse on my 6.5-inch wrist with that nice blue genuine leather band. This one really conforms nicely to the wrist, as you can see. And everything really sits, firmly on the wrist. I do like that. As you can see here, that blue just really pops. And you can see the balance wheel going off over here. So not a bad look, not a bad look. And there is the Rose Gold Classic on my 6.5-inch wrist. Now this watch is a bit more dressy, I'd say. It definitely looks more professional, something you'd wear with a suit. There's a little head-on video. They're very thin watches at 11 millimeters. They're really not thick at all, so they definitely can slide under a cuff pretty easy there. Like I said, this strap's a bit more, rigid around the edges. But as you can see, this is a brand new prototype model. And I must remind you, these prototypes will look exactly like the models that come out on the Kickstarter campaign. But nonetheless, I think this one looks pretty good as well. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. As usual, I'm looking forward to seeing your comments about this new TIMUS release on Kickstarter in October. I will drop a link down in the description below with some more details where you can find out more about this campaign launching in October. Once again, it was always a pleasure. Let me know what you guys think. I think they're decent watches. They're well made. They're using a reliable, Miata automatic movement. The finishing is pretty good. They have sapphire crystals on the front and the back. These straps aren't half bad either. I really like this rose gold classic version, but the TIMUS Timeverse, the TIMUS Timeverse, TIMUS Timeverse, I should say, is a bit more sporty and a bit more out there, in terms of flashy, and kind of pops a lot on the wrist, as you can see there. But nonetheless, I think it's a pretty cool release that's coming to a Kickstarter. Let me know what you guys think as usual. Definitely throw me a like. Let me know. And you can find me at watchaddictchannel.com, at watchaddictchannel on Instagram. Definitely hit that subscribe button right in the right corner, the red button if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys real soon. Thanks so much. Bye.